Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, she helps executives become rock stars. We'll explain next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
I remember when I was growing up, I probably could not name a single Fortune 500 CEO. They were just these random people running these big companies. These days, they become household names. I mean, who doesn't know Mark Cuban, Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk? They've become rock stars, and so has the C-suite. Somebody who knows a lot about that is my next guest, Dr. Koepp. She's with Koepp Research Corporation. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, I'm fascinated by this subject because I'm in marketing and we try to turn our clients into rock stars. How do you work with your clients, and who are your clients?
My clients often are C-suite executives who want to rise above the noise and distinguish themselves from their competitors. A lot of times they've conducted some research, maybe they've gotten a master's or a doctorate, and they want to now turn what they've learned into a rock star personality.
Sure. We're going to pull up her website because she works with people from all walks of life all across the country. And you're actually here in Dallas for a conference, but you live in LA. Tell us a typical client, what does he or she look like? When you say C-suite, so they're not necessarily the CEO, but they could be.
Yes. It could be the C-suite. It could be one of the executive team. It could also be someone at the director level who's looking to make the leap up.
Outstanding. And tell us one of your favorite stories of someone you've helped.
One of my favorite stories is a woman who wanted to make a greater impact in her career, through her work. And we began by uncovering her stories. And in looking at those stories, she discovered a pattern of stopping herself. And through the process of researching that, collecting her stories, composing her TED Talk, she started making a change, and she stopped saying no. She stopped holding herself back, and she catapulted her life and her career.
That's outstanding. She's also a prolific blogger on social media. We're going to pull up her LinkedIn page, and as we scroll down some of the posts, I want you to talk about the kinds of posts that you touch your heart, and why do you talk about what you talk about?
What really touches my heart is that we all have come here with a purpose, and we discover that purpose by uncovering our stories. In particular, I talk about with my clients that we have these rock star moments and we have survivor moments. Those rock star moments are those times where we feel fully alive, we're using our best strengths, and we know that we've made a difference. But then there are also survivor moments. And those are those battles that we fought, the hardships that we've endured. And together, those reveal the core beliefs, the values, the behaviors that drive our lives and explain and fuel our sense of purpose and mission.
And I imagine as you're working with your clients, they're just becoming stronger leaders within their own company. We've got some video from our library we're going to pull up, and I would submit that it's probably become more tough to be a leader than ever before. Quiet quitting, all the distractions, half of the workforce doesn't want to come into work, they want to work remote. Talk about the challenges facing some of the leaders that you work with.
Absolutely. Some of the challenges are that increasingly employees at all levels, even entry level, are wanting to know, demanding to know, what is this company about? What are you about as a leader? Because I don't know if I want to work here. unless I know who you are and what you're about. So increasingly, leaders are needing to pull into their personal stories and bring those out, show that sense of vulnerability, that humanity. And when they do that, it's so compelling, it's irresistible.
Sure.
Not only to employees, but to customers. And it's through that we humanize the organizations and we gain traction on that $8 trillion problem of disengagement at the employee level.
Okay, what happens when you're working with an introvert and he or she just says, man, I can't even present in front of a boardroom, much less a TED Talk. What do you do with the introverts?
Well, I have a lot of ways that I work with people. And in some cases, the introversion is just needing to process more. And so we adapt our approaches so that it really works with how they work best. Sometimes that means bringing out the thought leadership through dialogue like this and capturing it. Other times it's structuring the effort so they work the way they work best. And then in terms of getting that thought leadership out, sometimes it's a matter of it's something they've wanted to do, but they haven't had the support and structure and cheerleaders to do it, but they really like it. And then other times they do really prefer and excel in different ways of expressing themselves.
Absolutely. So we're almost out of time. So I want you to look into the camera on the left and just final thoughts. What would you like to leave people with?
Your stories fuel your mission, your passion. Look into unleashing your inner rock star. Get to know your inner survivor. And when you do, the passion will be irresistible and we will make a better world.
Wow, what a beautiful way to end this segment. We're also going to leave you with her website, which is koeppcorp.com. The great Karen Koepp. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.